Alrighty then. How's it going, everybody? Charles Botenston here. Just wanted to make sure that we are good to go, and it looks like we are. Today we're going to be talking about the year of yes, 2018. 2018. I actually remember 1998 like it was yesterday. I remember just the E-Machine was cool, okay? That's probably older than most of you were born that are watching that, so that doesn't make me feel old. They actually, I'll just go into this really quick, and then we'll go into the video. So I was just watching Dwayne Johnson. Highly recommend you become part of his $10 a club a month or $10 a month club, which is essentially just going over he gives out like 4 or 5 book reviews a month and a bunch of other philosopher notes, and he does master classes. Highly recommend you check him out. But he brought up this study that they did in right around 1998, 1997, and they said they took 70-year-olds or right around there, you know, older gents, and they said, pretend like it's 1958. They changed the interior of the room. They only played shows from 1958. They only showed news from 1958. They had to talk like it was present tense, 1958. In other words, 30 years younger. They had to live it, and they did that for a week. And they said from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, they took photos, everything, their health, and then at the end of the week, they took photos and their health and everything else. Only after a week did they see improvement. That's insane. They pretended it was 30 years or 40 years earlier, and they were maybe single, or they're just getting married, or they just had their first kid, or whatever the case was, whatever was going on in their life. It was 1958, and there was, imagine 1958. These guys were, they took photos at the beginning and the end. Then they went to an objective group of people and they said, which one is the younger person? They unanimously chose at the end of the week. Your brain is everything. Your brain is everything. In good ways and in bad ways. The bad ways as in it will stop you from doing what you want to do. Okay, it will stop you in a lot of ways doing what you want to do. Truly just doing what you want to do, because you have a temperature gauge. You have a ceiling of where you think you can go, and then you say, I don't know. Okay, I have it as well. We all have it. We all have it. Even if you're a professional athlete, the professional athlete says, I don't know if I could win a championship, or I can be the best in the league if I can win MVP. You know, or you're a guy and you say, I don't deserve that kind of relationship. I only just see that on TV. You also only see the best on TV or on Instagram or on Facebook. Those are the highlights of people's life. You don't see behind the whole curtain of life, okay? I can tell you right now, the number one thing, and I was just listening to a podcast, or actually I don't know where I don't even carry my phone anymore. No, I do, but it's not around here. Great podcast. And this woman was getting up on stage, and she started going over her life story, and she changed it all around. You know, she had all the things going for her, but she had no meaning. There was no meaning, okay? So we're actually going to get to why, number one, you need this. And number two is the year of yes, okay? Why we need a year of yes. Okay, and I'll talk about a situation that's happening right now, and you know how I'm going to overcome it. So the woman gets up there. She had everything. She had the husband. She had the beautiful kids. She had a great job. She was making 6 figures. She was doing everything, but she felt deep. There was no deepness in her. So she somehow just ran across this nun. And she said, I was atheist, or whatever. Maybe she was not religious or whatever. And then she took this 10-step program. And obviously, this has nothing to do with Catholicism or anything like that. Nothing to do with that. But the woman said, the woman happened to be a Catholic nun. And she said, what you should focus on this year, if you could just do one thing, is appreciation and gratitude. Okay? Appreciation and gratitude. Strip everything away. I would say, I went to Fiji. You guys probably already know about that story. I went there for a Tony Robbins event. Highly recommend Highly recommend. It was called Life and Wealth Mastery. It's giving me the chills. I can't wait to go back. Honestly, it's an amazing 10-day course in Fiji. The people in Fiji have nothing compared to what we have in the United States. There's barely any cell service. They have Nokia phones. We went to a church that had a tin roof and 4 pillars. There was no sides. There was no floor. It was a wood thing. It was outside. It wasn't a building. Most things are just, what I'm getting at is electricity. It was hot as hell. They don't have electricity and AC and cooling. Poverty is abundant, but you know what? They're happy. They're happy. You see Fiji's nothing. Their rugby team is a force to be reckoned with. And we're talking about teams that are New Zealand and South Africa, who are the top in the world, who have every trainer, who have everyone, every nutrition. Everyone is rooting them on, the whole country. And Fiji is a force to be reckoned with because they have gratitude and appreciation for where they came from. So why do I say the year of yes? Okay, why is this video focused on yes? This video is focused on yes for one simple reason, because like you, I last year maybe said no, or I said no to things that I should have said yes. You know, yes, even small things. Yes to smiling more. Yes to going to a party. Yes to saying thank you or you're welcome, or, you know, just polite pleasantries that happen. So this is my year of yes. So here's the story. I had a client that called me up and she's selling her property in Big Sur. So Big Sur is out in California. It is not my marketplace. I'm not licensed out there. I don't have an MLS. I don't blah, blah, blah. If you don't know, I'm in real estate. So I'm here based in New York City. So she calls and she goes, I want you to do the video. I'm like, but I'm not. She goes, I want you to do the video. You're really good on video. I want you to open it up to the East Coast. I was like, well, you know, I'm thinking of money. I'm thinking of time. I'm thinking of all the reasons not to go to Big Sur. Okay. So she says, I want you to do it. I want you to bring your videographer. And now I have to bring in someone else. I want you to bring your sister, who is an influencer on Instagram when it comes to traveling and whatnot. And I'm like, you want me to bring myself and 2 other people, plan this out? She goes, I want there to be drones. I want there. So all the excuses are raining down. All the excuses. I'm looking at the weather. Oh, the weather isn't going to be good out there. Oh, what about business? I got to launch this. I got to do that. All of the things were saying no. I said, no, this is the year of yes. So we started planning it out. Today, I have to give her the answer, which I'm actually giving you guys, which is yes, I'm going to go out there. Okay, which is crazy in my thought process because it's not in the standard of just picking up shit and going. I'm usually the planning and or the sporadic local. Okay, if I'm locally there, I'm very sporadic. Okay, I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I don't really care. But to go somewhere and take out, say, 3 to 4 days of my life to go shoot a video for someone else's listing, it's not even my listing, it's someone else's listing. I said, you know what? This is the year to yes. This is the year for yes. Okay? I'm telling you right now, we will regret a lot of things in life. Okay? But the things that we don't do are really, really, truly the things that we're going to look back and be like, I wish I did that. I wish I did Big Sur. Imagine if I went to Big Sur, which is highly rated by the Google employees, which are in Palo Alto, which are just north of there. And a lot of them, they go to Echelon. Echelon is a meditation center down there. So imagine I go out there and I meet someone from Google who then introduces me to someone that's looking to buy or sell in New York City. And then that person introduces me, and then it just goes on from there. Listen, even if it doesn't happen, it makes for a hell of a story because I'm going to Big Sur and I'm going to be getting paid to go out there. This is my year for yes because this is the year that I want to start speaking. Okay, this is the year that I want to start speaking, not because I want to make money, because I know I'm going to be doing every speech for the first 3 or 4 years for free, and it's going to be on my dime to travel, which I'm completely fine with. It's just I want to spread the goodness of what I have, number one, and number two is to push myself to where I feel that I can go, okay? You need to be thinking the same way, is that what is one area you say that you're really good at? That could be developing apps, that could be health, that could be business, that could be reading, that could be video. What is one area this year you just focus on it and you just say, I'm going to master this? Last year, 2017, it was health. I said, fuck it. I'm reading everything I can about health, about breathing, about exercise, about sleeping, about routines, about food, about grains, about milk, about meat, about like all the things that have to, how often do I eat? How much do I eat? Do I eat? How much water do I drink? What kind of tea is good? Sugar, high fructose corn syrup. I just mastered health. And now I feel that because I mastered health, I said, awesome, let's move on to something else, which is networking, which is building the brand, which is getting shit out there. But the thing is, this is ironic. If you're not good at health or whatever, you have to learn about it. You have to learn about it for the simple reason that you know what you are eating. You have to say yes to understanding what you are reading. You have to say yes to understanding that there is shit out there by companies to make money. They're a profit. They're not non-for-profit. They're not out there saying, here's our Oreos. These things are made from natural chocolate and cocoa beans. No, they're saying this is completely manufactured and we have tailored the exact sweetness so you can have more. There's no fiber. Fiber fills you up. There's no fiber in it, okay? And they just push that shit out there. Why do I say all this? I say all this because if I didn't master health, if I did not master health, there's no way I would have the energy, the enthusiasm to actually go out there and do what I want. 100%. 100%. Because if I want to be, if you want to be on all cylinders, whether you're playing video games or you're developing an app or you're becoming a dating coach or a life coach or writing books, you need the energy to do that. You need your brain to be working at full capacity. Why? Obviously, you heard the cliche, it's very competitive out there. Yes, okay, it's competitive. But if you guys are watching this video and you're actually improving yourself, okay? So that's you're watching the video, you're looking to improve yourself. If you incrementally, and I'm telling you right now, people have told me this in the past. They have told me this in the past, and whether I believe them or not, maybe I did. I heard it, I listened, but I didn't believe it. If you compound just good little small things, read 10 pages a day, that's it. Wake up 5 minutes earlier. I'm telling you, those small wins, those small wins, get out of bed immediately. Have your phone on airplane mode all night until you get to work. Go to the gym. Don't even do anything. Just go to the gym. Those small micro wins, I'm telling you, compounded. I'm turning 33. Okay, I don't feel 33. Okay, I feel a lot younger actually. I feel like I'm 19. Okay, but this is the thing is, I look at all of my friends who are 33 and older because I hung out with an older crowd. I look at them and I'm like, holy shit! I used to look up to you. I used to look up to all these people, and then guess what? You start trading up on the types of books you're reading. You know, Tai Lopez, I used to look up to Tai Lopez. I'm like, I love his life. Then I digested him and I said, he's learning, but he's not really putting out the things at a high level. A high level, someone that's playing at a really high level. In other words, someone who's playing at a Brian Johnson, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone is looking to become wealthier. You know, his practical advice really isn't there, but he is very motivating that he's 60 years old, he's got a beautiful family, and he wants to become a billionaire. And watching the journey, okay? His outlet is real estate. My outlet will probably be building a real estate company, brokerage, investment, development. It's gonna be everything, okay? But I'm telling you right now, when I've seen all my friends that I used to look up to, I'm now saying I don't subscribe to Tai Lopez anymore because the guy doesn't really add anything. And plus, I'm like, what the fuck does he do? What does he do? How does he make his money? It has to be on internet marketing or drop shipping, or I have no idea how he does it. But whatever. He does it. He does it. He's not doing anything bad in life. That's like bringing down someone. If there's someone that's doing something bad, you got to call him out. Tai Lopez is not that kind of guy. All right. So any questions out there, just leave it in the comments below, because this is the year for yes. I'm telling you, there's things that you're putting off. There's things that I'm putting off. And I'll leave it at this, is that it's not, so when we feel fear and when we are happy, okay, they are the exact same. Obviously, they're different emotions, but when we feel fear, it's not about actually doing it. It's leading up to the fear. What is going to happen? Okay, happiness. We feel that getting a new iPhone or getting new sneakers or whatever, I don't know, what's eating garbage food. We feel it's the actual act of eating the garbage food. No. The anticipation of eating is actually at its height right before we eat something, or right before we do that thing that we fear. Right before walking out onto stage, that is the highest our fear is. Once we're out on stage, it's like, fuck it, you got to perform. Or once you eat it, or you drink that Coca-Cola, or you put your sorrows away in beer or pot or something like that, it's not actually smoking pot. It's the anticipation, and right before breathing in and then breathing out is when it's at its highest. Okay, this is neurologically scanned images in our brain, is the height, the peak of our happiness when we're eating or about to get something. Here's something, imagine this, you get a new box from Amazon. The height of getting it is right before opening it, right before opening it. That's the height. That's actually going back. That's a return. Okay, so what I could say is there is a book called, I think it's called The Year of Yes. Okay, number 2 is, there's 3 things I said on this. We have to get more gratitude. We have to get more gratitude. And I understand there's shit going on in your life, and I know it's really challenging. This is something that I'm going to bring to my grave when I'm talking to thousands of people. I'm going to say it exactly to them, is that whatever you have going on in your life, someone else had it before you. Someone else got through what you're going through, whether that's fear, whether that's insecurity, whether that's a relationship, whether that's heartbreak, whether that's bankruptcy, whether that's just a low-income job or a job you don't really like, okay? And this is what I'm going to talk about. This is the last thing, and if you guys have any questions, yes, scammers. Well, I don't, it's really hard to find out the scammers and not until you actually dig into them. But this is the last thing I'll say in the video is, and I was actually going to make a separate video. I'm going to go back to the 4-minute videos, and because I think that's what you guys like. And to be honest, going live for 45 minutes just isn't as easy. And plus, I want to put out more videos and whatnot. So I think I'm going to go back to every weekend, film the videos, and blah, blah, blah. So going back to the last thing is, what's really hard is understanding right in the moment, right when you want to say no, is when you should say yes. Okay, no to the pizza, no to the soda. So what I do now is this good long term? That is the one question I ask, is this good long term? Okay, is this me not making phone calls right now to potential sales clients or to potential clients, is that good for me long term? No, do it. That is the yes that you need to have, is when I'm ready to drink some soda or put pizza or cookies in my mouth, I say, okay, is this good for my health? Long-term health. Is putting in high fructose corn syrup, cookies that completely shred your body, that get stuck in your body and in your intestines. And the 4th thing is, it's going to make you dizzy. It's going to make you unfocused, any kind of sugar. And then the 5th thing, I just had it with sugar and high fructose corn syrup and whatnot. Oh, the compounds within high fructose corn syrup, it actually has things that break down collagen on your skin. So collagen is what makes your face, collagen they call Botox and whatnot, but essentially they squirt collagen into your face, and that's why people get Botox and to remove wrinkles and whatever. So collagen is actually what keeps your skin together and unwrinkly, okay? Sugar breaks down collagen. That's why people that are really unhealthy or that spend too much time out in the sun, their skin gets very wrinkly. Their skin doesn't really pull. It doesn't pull, and it's not caught to their body. And the reason being is they're unhealthy. They're either eating terribly, or they look at people that have just extra fat. That's obviously there's many different types of fat, but there's so many bad things with sugar. So when you read about it, the education behind it actually will make you say, you know what? I'm going to choose the salad. I'm going to choose no dressing. I'm going to choose to make sales calls. I'm going to choose to actually say, I want to approach that pretty girl. I'm done with online dating. Okay? I'm actually going to read a book instead of watching TV. I'm actually going to wake up 5 minutes earlier this year. Just choose one thing. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg, and I'll leave you with this, guys, if you guys have any great books. Yeah, both Compound and Slight Edge, but I still can't believe it. I feel that those small things need to be important for them to have impact. Listen, I thought the same thing. I read both of those books. I read The Slight Edge in 2012 and then The Compound Effect only about like 2 years ago, because I was like, oh, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. Compound Effect was really good. Read The One Thing by Gary Keller. Okay? The One Thing by Gary Keller. Listen, I believed it. This is what you should do. If you actually are serious with the Compound Effect or the Slight Edge, see it in your life, good or bad. Okay, what is one thing awareness is everything. I'm gonna make a video about awareness. Awareness is right before changing a habit, right before changing anything in your life. You have to have awareness. Awareness is this: I'm now aware that if I sleep in and I don't make sales calls and I don't go to the gym, I gain weight. Okay, that is compounding. Okay, there's compounding the other way. Look at The Rock. The Rock put out an incredible video last night. He flew in from a global tour, propping up his new movie, Jumanji, and everyone else is at the Golden Globes partying and everything else. Guess what he did? He went to the gym. I'm not saying you have to be that insane, but the compound effect, you look at him, the guy's in his 40s, I think. I think he's in his 40s. I don't know. I have no idea how old the guy is. I can look him up. Dwayne Johnson. And here we go. Dwayne Johnson, 45 years old. 45 years old. The guy is jacked out of his face. He doesn't look 45 years old. He's barely even getting to the top of where he's going to be. Why? Because he's smiling. He's positive. He's not asking for things. He's giving back. He's a different entertainer than everyone else. Every other entertainer is, I'm too good. I'm saying no to actually. Dwayne Johnson saying yes, gratitude, okay, appreciation, and putting that out into the world. That's why people look up to him and like him. He went to the gym. The compound effect of him not going to the gym, he's going to get fat. That's the easiest way to think about it, okay? So, but the thing is, it's hard to believe unless you actually look at deducing a series of steps. Simon Sinek said it perfectly. Simon Sinek, highly recommend you check him out. He said it perfectly. He said, if you go to the gym every single day for 4 months, you will get in shape. I don't know when, but you will. If you disagree with that, then there's no Slight Edge and compound effect. Then you don't believe it. You don't believe it? And then you have a fixed mindset. You don't have a growth mindset, because that's true. If you go to the gym and you work out every single day, you will get healthier. I don't know when. I don't know when. It could be day 30. It could be the last day. You look at yourself and through blood tests, they say, you know what? His cholesterol is down. His cortisol levels are at an all-time low. And he has more energy, and he looks better, his skin looks better, his physique is better, whatever the case is. You will get in shape. If you make sales calls every single day, you will get business, okay? If you approach a pretty girl or you ask a guy out every single day, you will get into a relationship, or at least, at the very little, get dates. I don't know when. I don't know when, but it will happen. It has taken me 5 years. Imagine yourself 5 years from today. That was May 2012 when I read The Slight Edge. And I can tell you then that after reading it, intellectually, I understood it, but I did not actually feel and believe it. Okay, so that was the hard part. I didn't feel and believe it. However, I now truly deep down inside believe it, because I've seen people, they've gone off the rails and they've never come back on. They've just made small incremental steps of saying no in life. Saying no, I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to da-da-da. And now they're single, or they're overweight, or they're unhealthy, or they're miserable, or they're negative, or they're stuck in a job that they don't like, or they don't like their boss, or they are unhappy because they feel that they're not living up to their full potential. I'm telling you right now, it will happen if you have a growth mindset. If you are saying yes, 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 yes. Ask the question before that yes is actually realized, which is the yes. I just want to make sure that we're still going. Saying yes is all about, this is the number one thing. Saying yes is all about, is this good for me long term? That's the number one question you need to be asking. The number one question. Is this good for me long term? Is bitching and moaning, is getting into another fight with my spouse, is not actually going online and looking for a new job, is this good for my long, saying no or saying yes, okay? You have to ask the question, because people are like, oh, I'm gonna say yes to partying and getting shit-faced and smoking pot and drinking, doing coke. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, is that good for your long-term benefit? Are you really gonna see that in 5 to 10 years, okay? So this year, I just implore you to say yes. First, to the awareness. I'm going to make a separate video on this. It's only going to be about 4 to 5 minutes, because those are going to be my other videos. Awareness comes through education. Awareness also comes through educating yourself on understanding, okay, this is health. That was my theme for last year, was health, okay? So leave your comments below, because I'm going to be finishing up pretty soon. Your theme this year needs to be dialed in to the one area you want to change, and you just focus on that. I focused on health, and now I have mastered health. Why? Because I read, oh my God. So you're telling me if I have high fructose corn syrup, I get dizzy, my body gets used to it, then I crave it more, and it's actually worse than having a cocaine addiction. Cocaine and food, high fructose corn syrup, are the same areas in your brain that light up, except one is addicting. Cocaine, maybe, but there's nothing in there that makes it addicting, because you don't need cocaine. You need food, so you get addicted to that. I actually, it's weird. I don't really like I eat cookies, but I know what it does to me, so I just hate it. You know what it is? It's like rooting for another sports team, okay? It's the football playoffs this weekend. I actually didn't even know until, a game and a half went by yesterday. I'm like, oh, I think it's coming up. And then I was like, oh, it's actually this weekend. I used to be a season ticket holder. I used to watch every single football game. And then I said, what's the long-term value of this? Do I write for a sports newspaper? Am I on a sports channel? Am I making any money from this? Do I hang out with guys that follow sports a little bit? But my sacrifice is one of those things. Not watching sports, not understanding sports, not getting the sports notifications. You could be all into that. Cool. Okay. Is that your outlet? Is that your only outlet? Or is that one of your 5 or 6 outlets? Okay. My outlet, honestly, I don't even know if I have an outlet. All right. Because I just say, this isn't really filling in my time. I would say my outlet is going out. Okay, I went out Friday night, had a wonderful time, went out with a couple of the guys, went to a hockey game, then went out, and I just love in person, because I focused so hard on my business last year, so much on my business, that I didn't really go out last year, so I sort of approach girls in person, talk to the girls in person. However, honestly, going out and just interacting with females, just in an environment, you notice there's a lot of loser guys. There's a lot of guys out there. They're just walking around like humpity dumpity. They're all the same. The only way that you can attract a partner that you really truly deserve is become the person that they want to hang out with. If you want someone that's beautiful with a good job and good friends and family and everything that you want, I'll bring back the one story that I've already talked about. And I know this is, so this year, my year of yes is networking to expand, speaking, and relationships. In other words, with women. Okay, because last year I was kind of the guy that said, listen, I'm not in for a relationship, and girls my age, they don't want to hear that. They want to get married. So, you know what? I then dated younger and whatever. So these two women were on, what's the show? Steve Harvey. I was on Steve Harvey as well, actually on a dating show. In case you haven't seen that clip, look up Real Estate Dating Steve Harvey, and you'll see me on there when I was a young chap. I think that was 4 years ago. And I ended up losing, I don't really care, but to this other guy. So these two women were on there. This isn't the show I was on, but it was a separate one. And these two women were looking for a spouse, or they had trouble dating. I think that was the thing with the show. So Steve Harvey said, before the show, go and write down what you want in a guy. So the women were like, I want a guy that's successful. I want a guy that's sweet and caring, but also adventurous, and also da-da-da. And Steve Harvey took over the list, and he goes, wow, 43 things you want in a guy. It's pretty impressive. And you want 46 things. Wow, okay, so that's a lot of things. And it looks like you want the guy to be adventurous, yet predictable. I don't know. That doesn't really match up. That's in conflict right there. And it looks like actually you both have millionaire. You both want a millionaire. That's their minimum. And they're like, yeah, I really want a millionaire. Steve Harvey hit him back with this question. Does a millionaire want you? Ooh. Does a millionaire want you? Does that job that you really want, does that job want you? Does that spouse or that partner you're looking for, do they want you? Are you good enough? So that is why we are getting better, okay? Whether you want it, it's you need to deserve to get there. Whether it's speaking or more money or better body or a better relationship or whatever, that starts with awareness. That starts with saying yes to, okay, you know what? This is the year. Okay, so I hope this kicked yourself in the ass, because this year I have a growth mindset. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I believe in resolutions. I don't care if it's July. I don't care if it's May. I don't care if it's tomorrow. Okay, it's funny. People are like, this is the year I'm going to lose weight. Okay, why are you making it? It's good that it's arbitrary, but the stats are out there. January 17th, gym membership, based on the gyms, declines by some exorbitant, it's like 30 or 40%. Gym, not gym membership, gym, whatever, going to gyms. Because the gyms have all these statistics. They know how many people log into their gym, and they say January 17th. What is that? That is, so January 1st is you're hungover for these people. January 2nd, they say, I'll start it tomorrow. Maybe they'll start January 3rd. Maybe they'll go January 4th. And then by that time, fast forward 2 weeks, they're not going anymore. They're not going anymore. They're not saying yes. That we call a trend. People, this is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. And it's not perfection. You don't ever want to be perfect. It's just, as they say in the subtle art of not giving a fuck, it's just being a little less wrong. A little less wrong. A little less wrong. All right? So let me know if there's any quotes. Any quotes? Any questions? How do you pick out books, mentors, informations? There's so many scammers out there. Listen, people are too smart nowadays. You can't, you guys are way too smart. We're all consumers. We're just way too smart. We can't just not look something up, whether that's a product, a service, whether you're going to use a real estate agent or buy a new blanket or a new camera or a new phone. We look up all the reviews, and then if we see it consistently, and then we see that one review on Amazon that says, I don't know where these 5-star reviews came from. Amazon is obviously cracking down on that. They had a big lawsuit. I wouldn't worry about it. I would just say, do you, and everything will come up. Being able to make the right. You know what? You said it right, Waveflow. Waveflow said being able to make the best decision consistently every day equals success. Okay? There's a video that I just saw, and they said consistency over intensity. Consistency over intensity. Don't go to the gym and start lifting 225. Don't put 2 plates on either end of the bench press and then just do that and then leave. No, it's consistency. I can attribute that to everything last year in my health was consistency. Just consistent, waking up at the same time, going to bed at the same time, eating the same thing every single day. Does it get boring? No. Because you know what? Who gives a shit? Who wants so much variety in their food? You're like, well, I get bored of it. Well, that means that there's no why behind it. And your why comes deeper than just information. But if you don't have the information to health or dating or relationships or money or something else, that's why I have so many audiobooks on my, I don't know where my phone is. I have so many audiobooks on my phone. I have so many books on my bookshelf. I literally said, I'm gonna read this entire bookshelf this year, okay? I think that was 60 books. And these are big books. Tool of Titans is like 800 pages, okay? But I have to read it with an audiobook because I can't read that fast, okay? Audiobook I could read at 3 times the speed. I'm at like 1 times the speed, okay? So I don't even know where I was going with that. But consistency over intensity, everything, all right? There we go. Yes, he looks even more 47, 48. I look 47, 48. Thanks a lot. Being able to make the best decision consistently every day. I miss your live videos. Thank you very much. Charles, you're the man. Thank you, guys. All right. Reading Pitch Anything right now. A Charles recommendation. Yes. Highly recommend that. New year, new hair. Yeah. Actually, my hair is actually pretty long right now. But anyway, any questions, let me know. And I'll leave you with this. So I'm going to start doing this again. So this is the ebook that I was going to put out. And to be honest, I don't have time for it, and it's just pages of I think 100 and something things, 184 things that I've learned in life. And the next one is, if you can't, then you must. And I'm gonna go through those and make some videos. So expect some more 4-minute videos, not as many live videos, but leave your comments below, share the video, subscribe. And if you know anything about how to start speaking, just send it over because that's what I'm gonna start doing. So have an awesome day. Talk to you guys soon. Signing off from now. Love you all. Leave your comments and obviously subscribe to the video. Talk to you soon.